Hi guys, it's Lula. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about why thrift. I think the real question here is why not thrift? Like, why wouldn't you thrift? I decided to make this video because I have experienced a little bit of judgment for my thrifting fanaticism. Some people think it's a little bit disgusting to buy secondhand clothes. Some people think it's actually a waste of money because, oh, they're old, so they're going to degenerate faster than these new clothes that I've bought, and all sorts of other random assumptions when it comes to thrifting. So I've actually found myself in situations, and I always try to be as authentic as possible, but sometimes if someone tells me something is nice, if I think that they're not the sort of person who'll be like, oh wow, that's awesome, you got that from a thrift shop, I'll just say, yeah, thanks, thanks. And if they press me on where I got it from, I'll just say, I got it back home in Africa, yeah, and just leave it at that, because there are people who do judge. But if you do love thrifting and you'd like some more reasons to feel more confident about your decision to do this, then this video is for you. And if you're on the fence, if you're not sure if the pros outweigh the cons when it does come to thrifting, this is also a fun little video that I'm putting together just for you. Alright, before we get into it, I do want to show off something two things. First of all, my tea set, I bought this from an op shop. I bought this from an op shop. There were 6 of them, and they came with little saucers and like just beautiful. Loved it. It was $6 for 6 of them. So basically, the cup and the saucer was $1 each, which is quite a good bargain considering that they're made in Germany. And the second thing is what's actually inside the teacup. This is my own homebrew kombucha that I have been making. I will be doing a video on how to make your own kombucha. So it's going to be chatty as usual. Grab a cup of tea or kombucha. And yeah, let's talk about thrifting and why it's so awesome. The obvious reason why thrifting is great for me personally is the money that you save. Now, I love to shop, and I don't just love to shop just randomly. I love to shop. I love nice things, good quality things, as I'm sure most of you guys do. Unfortunately, my bank balance doesn't match my love for good quality things. There's a discrepancy. And so when I was younger, I used to find myself spending like a quarter of my paycheck on a pair of shoes and then starving for the rest of the week just so I could look fly in the club. But thank goodness for growing up. And the older I've gotten, the more financially responsible I'm trying to be. You know, I'm trying to save money. I'm trying to focus more on traveling. So my priorities have changed. And I still didn't want to compromise, though, on my love of nice quality things. And my mum taught me when she came over here years ago, about 4 years ago now, she came over to Perth. And when she was here, I was so excited to spoil Mum. I wanted to take her shopping. I'd been saving. I wanted to take her to boutiques and buy her nice things. So when she goes back home to Zimbabwe, it was like, you have been visiting your kids overseas. Hello. And so one of the first places I took her to, if you live in Perth, I took her to Subiaco because there was a nice shopping strip there. Not so much now. But I took her there and we were in this place, and I remember Mum just looking around, you know, just kind of like, just looking casual, like it was a token look, and she'd look at a nice piece of clothing and she'd look at the price and give me that. And when we got out, I was like, Mum, you didn't buy anything. And she's like, I didn't feel comfortable, you know, letting you spend all that money just on a top. And I was like, no, it's for you. I want to do this. I really want to do this. But Mum was not having any of that. She was like, honey, do you have any secondhand clothing places here? And I was like, the idea of taking my mum to a secondhand clothing store on her first visit to Australia did not really excite me. I wanted to really spoil her and show her that, yes, you're here for your daughter's graduation and she's going to spoil you, you know, to show the success. But she convinced me, and we went to a secondhand op shop here in Australia. Now, obviously I'd been to op shops before, but I'd never quite gotten into it. I think the smell put me off. You know the smell? You walk in and it hits you. It's kind of like, yeah, it's an interesting smell. I've come to love that smell. To me, that smell is now the smell of opportunity. And so I went in there with mom and she gave me some mad tips. These are things that I still use now. How to actually zone in on great stuff. So she wouldn't bother, you know, just looking at prints that she didn't like. First of all, she'd just scan. Just glance, you know, scan, and then she'd go through and touch the fabrics. And so if she felt something that felt nice, she'd take a closer look and spend a little bit more time. But most of it was just glancing and then feeling, you know. And now that I've learned more about colors and what colors suit me, it's even quicker, you know. So I can actually go into an op shop and within 15 minutes size up like where exactly I want to look and just suss out whether it's a place I want to be in or not, you know. So yeah, she taught me how to thrift, and we came out of that first thrift shop with so many beautiful clothes. Mom got herself, and this was the highlight of the day. You know, it wasn't going into Subiaco and looking at really expensive clothes that we couldn't afford really. It was going there and mom found this amazing two-piece suit and it still had tags on it. And she was just delighted. It was a $250 suit. Which I definitely could not afford at the time, you know, but she was just like, see, have a look, see. And yeah, I learned that lesson that day that, hey, you know what, a little bit of time and you can actually save yourself some money. The saying that time is money is not just a saying, it actually rings true for most things that you buy. Think about it. A lot of the things, let's say supermarkets, for example, if you pay for chopped up vegetables, you're going to pay more per kilo than something that's already whole. I was at Coles the other day and I was actually quite horrified because they had scrubbed potatoes for $3 a kilo and they had like dirty potatoes, basically potatoes that look like they've been pulled out of the ground, and they were an extra $2.50 a kilo. Like they were an extra $2.50 a kilo because they had mud on them. And I just thought, wow, like, are people's lives that busy? Like, is washing a potato really that much of an effort? Like, really? I don't know how busy your life is, but mine's not that busy. Like, I'm not too busy to wash a potato. So the one thing that I've gotten is that I can actually get high quality clothes at an affordable price for me. Do I want to be spending money at op shops for the rest of my life? It's not a really big deal. If my financial situation means that that's the way it's going to be fine. But I don't have to walk around looking like a Darrow because I don't earn $100,000 a year. So saving money. Number two, it means I can free up, well, it's again linked to saving money. So I can actually then free up my money for other things that I can't really compromise on. For example, I really do think it's important to look after your skin and to look after your health. So I can, you know, if I want to go buy organic eggs, free range eggs, you know, I'll buy the organic free range eggs because that's in alignment with my beliefs, you know. And if I was spending $300 on shoes, I wouldn't be able to afford that. You know, I can still get $300 shoes that have been worn a few times and still afford my organic eggs. And I can get my face wash, I can get my, you know, I can afford to have my nails looked after, my hair done, all that sort of stuff. So I think that clothes and furniture are something that you can compromise on and still get good quality. But, you know, if you go and get a cheap haircut, or if you go get, you know, if you skint on other things, that it could be a problem. I have tried so many face products, and a lot of them haven't worked for me, and the one that has worked for me is Paula's Choice. And so I can put that in my budget and not feel bad because I'm saving when it comes to clothes. Or if I see a piece of jewelry that I really, really love and there's no chance of me getting that jewelry anywhere else, I can splurge on that because I know that, you know, one part of my budget is taken care of and it's really, really so affordable that I can actually splurge out on a nice necklace or nice earrings or go get my nails done or get a massage. You know, so I feel like thrifting allows me to live a more luxurious lifestyle without actually having to spend that much money. Okay, seeing the dentist, I used to compromise. Like I used to be like, I can't afford to see the dentist, you know. Now I'm like, I have to see the dentist. I really do. So I'll see the dentist, but then I can also look nice on my way to my appointment. That you can have it both ways. Or I can go on trips, you know, and I don't really want to keep waiting until I have more money to be able to go on these trips. You know, you're not always going to be able to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, you know. There'll be a time in your life where it's like, yeah, you missed that boat, you can't do that anymore. And by the way, a lot of these clothes, all you need to do is just wash them. Like, you can wash them. And if they have a funky smell in the op shop and the smells, like, don't buy it. You know, don't buy stuff with funky smells, because sometimes the reason why it's in the op shop is that it's got a smell. But just wash your clothes and look after them nicely. You can even afford to get your clothes tailored, which I found great, because it's like, well, I can have tailored clothes, and I can afford to pay $30 at the tailor's, because I only paid $4 for this top, but now it's a tailored outfit, and it was wool or it was silk or whatever. Like, it's a great quality piece, but it just wasn't a great fit for me, and now it is. So the final thing, and this is something that wasn't at the forefront of my decision to start op shopping, but over time it has become one of those things that I think, well, yeah, I feel even better about this. So the fact that these are things that have been donated by other people who don't want them means a lot. It means that people have gone through their clothes and have decided that they didn't want to just chuck this stuff in the bin. They didn't want to chuck it into landfill, and they've given it to a charitable organization. And that's another thing. A lot of these places are charities. They support people with disabilities. They provide shelter for victims of domestic violence, RSPCA. There's a whole bunch of charitable things that these organizations are doing. And people have made that decision to, okay, I'm going to donate this to the Good Sammies or to the Salvation Army, because I don't want to throw it out. And so when I buy things from an op shop, I feel really good about it, because I feel like, one, I'm recycling. That's something that would otherwise end up in landfill. So I'm recycling, and with the money that I'm paying, I'm giving someone with a disability a chance to earn a living and have some self-esteem, and, you know, just feel like they're contributing towards society, or I'm contributing money towards a worthy cause. So that is, I feel like that's actually the best thing about op shopping. I love a bargain, I really, really do. But one of the best things about op shopping is the feel-good factor for me, that I don't get that guilty feeling when I come home with clothes from there, because I do feel like I have made a small, tiny little difference in someone's life, you know, in a roundabout way. Like, and also I've shopped, so boom. Yeah, if you guys have any other reasons why you love thrifting, or why you think more people should thrift, feel free to share it in the comments. Yeah, and if you've got any thrifting close, if you've got any thrifting tips, let us know, share with us. And if you did like this sort of video, please give it a thumbs up, just so I know that you did like it. And if you really, really liked it, go ahead and share the video, because it definitely helps me out as well. Thanks for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Love and light. Bye.